It's me, and who am I with today?
It's-
Wait. Y'all probably already know who this is because he stay on our channel and he gonna stay on our channel forever. But let them know who you are if they don't know.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Big Joe, aka Fo. What's going on? Welcome to the
AKA
Streetwear Market.
Well, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna welcome us back to the Atlanta Streetwear Market. Of course, y'all know this is the creative director.
I missed you.
You missed us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed you too. You know, I missed the last one, so.
Yeah, I'm saying I missed you. It's glad to see you. I'm happy you're here.
Thank you. So we're gonna start off, of course, with an icebreaker. You already know this.
Cool. I love icebreakers.
So I have 2 questions, but I'm only gonna ask one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ask two.
Ask two?
Ask
Okay.
two.
So, what unique fashion trend or era would you bring back, and why?
It's not a 2-part answer, but maybe the Harlem Renaissance era.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to step into my classy vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm in the 90s attire
Tell them about
today.
the Harlem Renaissance era if they don't know.
It's when the African American community migrated and they created their own culture. They started the influence of jazz music. They started their own nightclubs. They started doing the nightlife scene, and it became a culture. So with style and music, and then it infiltrated and it began to expand, and it became something bigger, bigger than what they expected. So the whole Harlem Renaissance was a cultural movement.
Okay.
So yeah, they was dressed to a T. So like how we dress now, back in the day, they was wearing dress shoes going to the club, and it was
And suits.
Yeah,
They was sweating in the hot.
scatting and dancing. So I feel like I'm getting ready to be on my grown man shit.
I like that.
My grown man stuff, excuse me. But we vibing like that. So yeah, the Harlem Renaissance, and right now I'm in my 90s and 2000s mode.
90s to the 2000s.
So that's how I'm feeling today.
Okay, I feel it. Okay. Let's see. I'm actually trying to change my wardrobe up a little bit too. I just got a whole new shipment of clothes coming in, so
Okay.
we gonna see. I might do a little haul for y'all.
Fancy.
Some slight. But if you could have an unlimited supply, this is a random question. If you could
Okay.
have an unlimited supply of anything in the world for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Goyard.
Okay, represented.
Because I love Goyard.
Okay, represented.
So shout out to Shameless Plug, sponsor me Goyard. I will get the sponsorship, trust and believe.
You will. Okay, so now that we got done with the icebreakers, I want to get into the nitty gritty.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So the first question is, tell me about yourself. I already know about you, but some of the people may not know about you. So tell them about yourself, tell them about your brand and what it represents.
I'm just a dude, a young nigga from the South Side. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big brother. I'm the oldest. I got all sisters, you know what I'm saying, besides my stepbrothers and sisters. But I'm real fun and loving. I'm very genuine. The reason why I say that is I care a lot. So that's how I'm able to do the streetwear market at this capacity. Let me say that, because I care and I love having everyone represent themselves.
Right.
I love seeing people be genuine and in their purpose. That's why when I first heard of you all's podcast, I was begging to get on the podcast. Because it just made me feel cool by seeing you do your thing.
Oh.
If that makes sense. Like, it made me excited, happy, it was genuine. And I knew you already.
Yeah.
So it was already dope to me. But other than that, just a down to earth guy. I got my ways, everybody has their ways, But other than that, I'm a rock star at heart. I'm a big brother and a rock star at heart.
Yeah, man, he really is. Zion is one of them.
Thank you. We used to work together.
Oh yeah, we did. Used to work together. That's how we met each other.
Together.
We was work friends. Now we work friends.
Mm-hmm.
But if you could work with any designer, who would it be, and why? How can they strengthen your brand besides their clout? Like, what about that person, designer or celebrity? What about them will strengthen your brand besides their clout?
There isn't a designer. I would either continue to work who I'm working with now. Chandler Paul. Shout out to Chandler. I love Chandler. That's really the only designer I would like to work with. Outside of Chandler, it's Goyard, like I stated early. And when we're talking in terms of building, is ASAP Rocky. His creative direction is who I would love to collaborate with.
Okay.
His agency, AUG. That's who I want to collaborate with.
Okay, that's interesting. Like, what's so funny about it is I was about to say, I got A$AP Rocky before. Like, somebody said A$AP Rocky, but they said Travis Scott. So they're like kind of similar, but at the same time not similar at all.
A$AP Rocky
They just look the same, honestly.
is responsible for me trusting my gut and my creative art.
Okay.
I was always an A$AP Rocky fan coming from elementary school to middle school.
Mm-hmm.
So experiencing his art, his music allowed me to do at this capacity. So kudos, big up to A$AP Rocky. I love him for his art. Very artistic, you know what I'm saying? So that's the approach. That's where I'm able to emulate and get my confidence from. But other than that, everything I got going on, that's what I want. I don't want nobody else. I want to do what we're doing right here today.
I like that. You comfortable with what you got going on right now. I like that. Because a lot of people, it's okay to strive for more, but a lot of people don't take the time to appreciate what they have. You know what I'm saying? They always like, okay, I got this, but I got to get this next.
And I understand that, but I look at it from a perspective of what we're doing now is what people are striving. They mesmerized over. You know what I'm saying? They said Louis Vuitton, Gucci. There's a couple brands in here that may be the next Gucci, Louis Vuitton.
Honestly,
so my mind is looking at it from that perspective. Because we 24, I'm 24. When I'm another 20 years, I'm trying to see who's gonna last.
Right.
And so that's what I'm focused on.
Honestly, in this organization, like the Atlanta Streetwear Market event in a whole, like people dream to be here. Somebody on my podcast earlier was saying how like they saw this on Instagram or no, one of their favorite artists would always be here and whatnot and post on Instagram whenever he's here. And next thing you know, he's a designer. He wants to be here. He's trying to figure out how he can be here. And it ain't cheap, you know what I'm saying? It ain't cheap to be here. It costs a couple bucks.
Yeah, it's because we care and we value this. So we're not going to bring you to something, invite you to something that we're not going to give our all. It's definitely worth it.
Worth it. Like, they gonna see. I'm going to do it like a little panorama, everything that's going on. It's worth it. The quality is worth it. The people is what I truly love about. Why they turn that because I'm so loud? The people is
I'm
what.
in the building, big hole in the building.
The people is what I really love about the Atlanta Streetwear Market because it's like a community full of, it just feels like accepting, you know what I'm saying? Curious and accepting. All the designers you walk around, they're so welcoming. Of course, they're trying to sell clothes, so they're going to be nice to you, but no, it's a genuineness of it. Like, my family, Jet Life, you know Jet Life?
Yes.
Jet Life, locked in. And I met them here because of who? Him. It's a community.
Yeah, Jet Life always popping.
Always popping. Every collection be like, damn, it's something new. But let's go to the next one. What is something different? What is something that makes your brand stand out? What is something that's different about your brand that no other brand can imitate?
Well, because we hit the community. Everything we do, we make sure we incorporate the people. Because, say for instance, right, I'm trying to have an event. All I'm trying to do is get the community, the people to come.
Right.
So I make it my priority to cater to you all, to love you all, to appreciate you all. So everything I do is from I want to say 100% humanitarian perspective.
Okay.
As I'm saying, I just want to vibe with y'all. I want to spend time with y'all. So I'm going to make sure I treat y'all right and we treat each other right.
Like I said,
that's why I'm able to do what we're doing today. Community.
Bro,
community.
The line to get in this place.
I had to go. I was running parking for a second or so bad. I had to go outside.
Insane. Down the highway. Like, insane. Like, imagine, like, a couple of people that look like us. Imagine people that look like us shutting the city down.
No, and that's what is going on today. That's what's going on.
Like, people not used to that. Like, I want y'all, if y'all haven't come to Atlanta to the Atlanta Streetwear Market, look on my page,
It's
look
getting
on Full
bigger and
page,
bigger every
look
year.
on Atlanta Streetwear Market page, see what the next one is, because y'all need to experience this.
In the fall,
November.
November to be exact.
Fall my favorite collection, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, because I get to wear my hoodies, I get to change my hoodies and sweatsuits. I'm sweating today. I done sweated out my braids now.
I got my arms out. I get to wear something to cover my arms out. That's fall. Honestly, fall is my season, my favorite season for fashion, because that's when a real drip comes out. Because it's like you can dress cold or you can dress warm.
Yeah, that's right. You get to do more. It's more versatile.
Right? In the springtime.
I seen somebody with a hoodie on. He over there
Really?
sweating. Sweats over there sweating.
I bet he is, because homegirl said it was hot outside. You come in here, that's like, that's the body temperature changes too much. But fall is like that perfect season. Like, I can go out with shorts and a hoodie on if I wanted to. I can go out with thigh boots.
Yeah, you can mix it up. You can mix it up.
You know what I'm saying? So, but next question I want to ask you. What do you think is the fashion industry? What do you think is missing in the fashion industry that your brand could bring to it? Or if not your brand could bring to it, what do you think is missing in the fashion industry?
The fashion industry, let me say, is doing a good job because they have been doing it for many hundreds of years. But we have to continue to adapt and cater to their people, because that's what fashion is.
Yeah.
Catering to their people. And that's all I can say. We have to keep growing. Growing. So everything doesn't have to have tremendous change, but we need to continue to grow with the times. It may be the colors, it may be the hues, it may be the standard of what fashion is. Maybe, like you said, people wearing winter clothes in the summer. That's just fashion. You get what I'm saying? As long as you're comfortable and can sustain what you're wearing. But to continue to grow is my answer. Because I'm saying it's a hard question.
Yeah.
Every year I see people do something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
But then I see people do stuff that's already been done, but innovated it, So
Yeah,
just
because it ain't no problem to bring it back.
To continue to grow with the times.
Okay. I asked somebody else this before because I was really curious. Because I have friends who like fashion from across the world. So I have a friend who likes fashion from like London, or a friend who likes fashion from like Tokyo or something like that. Around the world, who would you say is shutting it down in the fashion industry? What country or what region?
Damn, that's a hard question. I'm gonna shout out to my boy Pharrell for the LV fashion show. Shout out to the black man, just from the work he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Fashion's going crazy everywhere though, so I'm not gonna what they say. I plead the fifth. I'll take a shot for that because I don't know. Right. But nah, I'm gonna say Pharrell. Shout out to Pharrell. But other than that, all over globally, anywhere you go, because everywhere is something.
All right, everywhere is
Africa
different.
going crazy. Paris, London, Asia, China, you know, the Chinese, the Japanese, I don't even want to talk about that. But I'm saying, so we're just going to, culturally, everybody's doing great. Shout out to Pharrell for the LV, for being the new creative director, first black man. Besides, no, after, Virgil, but to continue that legacy. So shout out to Pharrell.
Yeah, shout out to him representing for all of us, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I would say the same. Like, everybody got their own style, but the style that I like the most, I don't know if it's China, Japan, or Korea.
It's so remember. Damn hard.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to give you an answer.
Yeah, I don't know which one has the better drip. I feel like it's like Japan or South Korea.
Yeah, I was going to say Korea too.
They got the best drip. I just like how structured it is. Sometimes it's a little bit too structured to me. It's like sometimes it's like, damn, why you iron your shirt that hard? It don't even need to be that hard. But
sometimes it do.
Yeah, but sometimes it do. But sometimes it's like, damn, you look like you about to go to the military. But they drip is different because it's like it can be like that or it can be like grudge. That's how you say it? Like,
yeah,
like
grudge,
hard or it can be
hardcore
like
street. That's real streetwear.
That's what I'm saying. And sometimes they be doing like 90s fashion.
Being able to incorporate multiple years and decades into it, that's really what fashion is, being creative.
Yeah, that's how they are. And honestly, Zion, I think that was my last question to wrap up.
I got a question
up.
with you.
Ooh.
What inspired you and your bestie to create that podcast? What was going through your head at the time? Because I remember when I seen it.
Yeah.
So like, what was y'all formula? Who inspires you?
So we were actually at a fashion show. It was me, Kaya, Faith. It was OT. And we was at a fashion show, and you know what fashion critics do. We're not fashion critics, but we're basically being fashion critics because, it's like something fun. So we were like, that's not it, or oh my gosh, that's it, like that. We was like basically talking like that the whole time. And then after that, we went to Cafe Intermezzo, got some wine, had a little dinner. I was like, we should start a show. Like, we should go on Netflix or something. Do something like, a reality TV, because I always wanted to be on reality TV or whatever. But then they was like, I don't think we're that big. I'm like, yeah, we're not that big yet, but we might get that big soon. And the next thing you know, somebody said YouTube, and then somebody else said podcast. And that's honestly how we started. And then next month after that, the next month, we started the podcast.
Do you remember what fashion show it was?
It was a Living Royalty fashion show.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was Living Royalty fashion show. That was like the first ever brand I ever did a fashion show with. Like that was my first time ever getting into modeling too. Because I was a model, y'all. If y'all don't know, I was a model.
I remember.
Back in my modeling days, I don't retire now. But back in my modeling days, Living Royalty was like my family for modeling and fashion. But yeah, we was at that show, and that show inspired us, honestly. And that's how we came from that. Okay. That's all your questions for me?
What was that? They go Cam right there.
Oh yeah, Cam.
But yeah, I love you. You're dope. I'm so happy to be here. Shout out Big Fo. Shout out MB. Shout out Lynch Streetwear Market. I got bathing suits on sale, data design. I'm getting ready to do a drop. I'm getting ready to do another drop and another drop and another drop. I got a record label I'm finna drop.
Oh, label.
I got new Flex music.
Oh, it's going down.
Yeah, new Flex music. We harder than Opium.
Oh, it's going down.
If anybody who heard me say that, we harder than Opium.
Oh, yeah.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Facts.
Well, y'all know where we at, Atlanta Streetwear Market. For the third time in a row, this is our family. I can't wait to see the fall collection because the fall about to go hard.
No, facts.
Thank you, Fo, for joining me for another interview.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it, and I love you, bro.
Love you too.
All right, bye, y'all.